If a woman of this tribe wants to marry, she must cut open her lower lip and insert a tiger's tooth. The bigger the tooth in her lip, the more beautiful she is, the higher her family status will be, and the more she will be madly pursued by the men of the tribe. However, a woman with a toothpick in her lips will have a very low family status and will not be wanted by any man for nothing. When you cut your lips here, you can't use any anesthetic, and you can only cut them alive. If anesthetic is given, it shows disrespect to the tribe. In this tribe, if a man wants to marry a woman, he must build a house for her out of cow dung. This house is also the woman's only bride price. Here, every house means there is a woman living in it. This tribe is located in a remote and primitive tribe in Africa, and their houses are also terribly short. The men here build an earthen home for the women, yet the doors to the rooms are horribly small. The women here have to crawl to get into the rooms every day. Because the rooms are so short, the women who live in them cannot stand up at all, yet the rooms where the husbands live are unusually tall. The husband's room not only allows him to stand up normally, but also to do somersaults in it, and even every place is distributed in a well-organized manner. Women only went to the man's room when they were cooking, and at night they could only go into the small room, and only when their husbands needed them could they enter the large room to serve. Yet here, the only way to qualify for a wife is to have a room built of cow dung, a symbol of a man's power to love his wife. Yet here is the patriarch of the tribe, who has more than 10 wives in his entire life, the oldest of whom is now over 90 years old, and the youngest is only 14 years old. The patriarch said with a proud face, although it is very difficult to build a house, but the thought of having so many wives is also immensely proud. If a woman here wants to get married, she has to cut her lips and put the right teeth into her lips according to the size of her ability. In this place, as soon as something is stuffed into her lips, it proves that she is already someone else's wife. When they were serving their husbands, however, they needed to be right-sized according to the size of their teeth. The crew was also incredibly curious when faced with such a small hole in the room. Patriarch Leji explained that the holes were designed this way to protect the women's safety, because this tribe is in the plains and there are tons of wild beasts every day, so in order to prevent them from getting hurt and being eaten by the beasts, that's why they made the door look like this. Then there is a large amount of food stored on the roof, making the room just as small, so you can't even stand up in it. However, this custom has been passed down for hundreds of years and no woman dares to resist it at all. What do you think about this place? If you were to live in this place, would you live?